Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, in today's conversation, we will discuss after Board of Peace meeting in US capital Washington on 19th of February, what are the future peace plans as far as Middle East is concerned. Also, we will discuss what role Pakistan and Saudi Arabia can play in ensuring lasting peace in Gaza and in Palestine. And we will also take into consideration and discuss the recent provocative statement, one by the US ambassador to Israel, in which he said that Israel has justification to take entire Middle Eastern land, and second, by a sitting Israeli cabinet minister that Israel can take over Gaza any moment. So these statements poses direct threat to the peace plan, and these statements are blatant violation of peace plan, international law, UN Charter. And along with this, we will discuss several other security challenges looming over in the region, including a possible US strike on Iran, rising terrorism in Afghanistan, and related issues. We are fortunate to have with us Pakistan's former ambassador to Oman, Ambassador Imran Ali Chaudhry. Very warm welcome to Program Insight in V News English.
Thank you so much, Mateen. Your studio is wonderful.
It's a pleasure to have you in our program. How you see this? Earlier we have seen on 19th of February the meeting of the Board of Peace that took place in US capital Washington. Pakistan also participated. Likewise, there was representation from Arab world as well. How you see the future roadmap of peace in Gaza?
The big question for Pakistan and other Muslim countries was that despite continued Israeli atrocities on Gaza, should they join the Board of Peace or not? So I think they all decided that their diplomatic clout would be better inside the tent than outside the tent. So they went inside because if you are outside, then you become irrelevant. And I think Pakistan also led the way. Pakistan along with Saudi Arabia, and then they led the way. As you would know better than me, there were lots of discussions formally and many behind the scenes. Some of them at the DPM level, at the Prime Minister level, and some of them at the COS level, the Chief of Defence Forces. So I think a lot of background discussions took place. These states did due diligence, and they went in. Now, at least they have this seat on the table to tell President Trump that this is right, this is wrong, this is a red line. I hope they are able to do so. This sentence which we hear at many places that these states will not be able to do anything, that is wrong.
So how you see Saudi Arabia and Pakistan role in Board of Peace?
So you know, Mateen, that they are also making a lot of headway in their defense agreement, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. And also, I think there's an economic agreement, a substantial economic agreement also going to take place very soon.
And initial work has already been done. MOUs were signed. Now MOUs will be executed into formal agreements.
Hopefully, if our civil service does not behave like it has been behaving in the past, then MOUs will be done. There is a disease which we have, which is called MOUitis. So we sign MOUs, we make a lot of noise, but it never gets translated. But in the case of Saudi Arabia, it will.
Exactly, and Pakistan's role in pushing forward the peace process.
Yes. And so Pakistan and Saudi Arabia are key members here. Saudi Arabia is the guardian of the holy places. Pakistan is the strongest Muslim defense country.
Nuclear power, missile power.
And which has acquitted itself with honor during the May conflict. So I think that changed a lot of things. Pakistan was finally able to display its readiness, its defense readiness in May, and a lot of things have changed. So that's why subsequently we have a table in the Middle East, which we did not have earlier.
How you see, 3 days back, there was an interview of U.S. ambassador to Israel and with Mr. Tucker, and that sparked condemnation and concern across Middle East. From almost everywhere, there was a condemnation of that particular interview in which he said Israel has every right and justification to take over the Middle East lands. What is this?
I think he had smoked something, or it was idiotic talk. Even ambassadors can do idiotic talk, and I think the Muslim world did well to respond. But I would have wanted the response to include the following. They should have asked President Trump to either recall the ambassador or to rebut him that this is not what the intention of the US government is. So
this negates their intention.
This
exactly.
negates their intention. It shakes the walls of the Board of Peace. If this is what the intention, because an ambassador, after all, is the mouthpiece of the government.
Exactly.
So then he should have been reprimanded and recalled. And I think through the channel of your program, I think if the US wants the Board of Peace to succeed or get anywhere, then characters like this should be discarded.
And immediately after this story, this US ambassador's statement, then a statement came from a sitting Israeli cabinet minister. And again, he created sort of concern by making a statement that Israel has right to occupy the Gaza territory, and Israel is the signatory of this peace plan. So what does this speak, such statements by Israeli sitting cabinet members?
I think, Mateen, this is what you are raising your maximalist position so that you can then come down in the Board of Peace. These should be disregarded. But there was another one which you should know. So here was this, I think it was a cabinet minister, right-wing future contender for prime ministership. He said there is a trilateral Sunni alliance between Pakistan, Turkey and Saudi Arabia.
Exactly. This also appeared few days back.
So this nonsense, but this is not all nonsense. Remember that either today or tomorrow, Prime Minister Modi is going to be in Tel Aviv.
He's going soon.
He's probably going to reach there. And during the build-up to his visit also, they're talking about, they're using a term, a triplicate Muslim alliance, and although they're not naming, I'm sure they are taking the names of Pakistan, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. 3 states that have finally come together in the changed international environment. Earlier, this triad was not mentioned. I know that Turkey said that we're going forward with discussions, but nothing is final. But this triad is emerging now, and Israel is, and India, they probably are, and the new alliance that Prime Minister Modi wants, and they're talking about it. It includes Israel, it includes Cyprus, it includes Armenia. So you see, all enemies of Pakistan or
Azerbaijan and Turkey, Armenia is on the other side, exactly.
Yes. And Cyprus and Greece.
So
Greece. And I think, although I don't want to mention it clearly, but I think they've kept 1 or 2 Middle Eastern countries hidden. So my request would be to Pakistan's...
And you're talking about a new possible alliance.
A new possible alliance against all of us.
And comprising of India and Israel as well.
Yes. So I think our Middle Eastern countries, members of the GCC, they should see where India is coming from.
And what would be the purpose and objective of this alliance?
That is to counter what they think is a strong Pakistan, a strong Saudi Arabia, economically strong and technologically strong Turkey. Turkey has got a new 5th generation aircraft which is creating ripples in the world. I'm forgetting its name. So so they're afraid. They're afraid of this. Although there is no formal alliance, but they want to create this fear in the minds of other states and raise a bogey. Imagine Modi Saab is taking India in Israel's lap. India, which used to have a soft corner for the Palestinians. वैसे just with you, because we discussed things
True.
frankly in your program, Palestine should also wake up. Palestinians, although they are in bad situation, they should now wake up. Who's their enemy and who's their friend?
First, don't you think they should get united? This division between Gaza-led Palestine and the West Bank, they should merge with each other, don't you think?
They want to merge, but the Israelis don't let them merge. The Israelis, Hamas has a lot of say in Gaza, but now, as you know, as you asked me, and you will ask me, that disarming or defanging Hamas is part of the Board of Peace's
True.
agenda.
So, and initially these all countries, Muslim countries that you talked, they refused to engage. They made it clear. And in the recent Board of Peace Summit, Pakistan also made it clear that the things should be made public by United States, that who and how someone or a country will engage in disarming, but these countries will not. So Israel has made it clear that if Hamas is not disarmed, the reconstruction and peace process will not begin.
So that means that they will have to find a way. If Muslim countries, including Indonesia and others who have committed forces, they are also not going to go against Hamas.
Exactly.
Then they will have to find some forces that are going to go against Hamas, or they should President Trump should ask Israel to shut up. Israel needs to be asked to shut up
By Washington.
Otherwise, all this newfound the Board of Peace and President Trump as a peacemaker, this is going to go down the drain. Israel has the potential to derail anything. It's forcing Washington's hand to attack Iran.
How you see the violations of ceasefire by Israel? Almost every day, innocent Palestinians are being killed during the holy month of Ramadan.
It's a bully. It's an immoral, genocidal bully. This immoral, genocidal bully has to be reined in. And it's very important that Washington does so, and it's very important that the 8 Islamic countries, a part of the Board of Peace, raise their voice, even if behind the scenes with Washington, that this is a recipe for disaster. If this keeps on happening, there can't be any peace in the Middle East.
How you see this has changed this time? Number of countries in the region, they have refused to give their airspace, their military bases, to be used by American Army or American Air Force for a possible attack on Iran.
That's a very important point, but remember that with the aircraft carriers there surrounding Iran, the US probably won't need
any airspace or bases or refueling.
If it wants to, it will violate. It will go through the Middle East.
It will not ask any country.
It will not ask any country. It will not ask any permission. It will do so. I think what is stopping the US till now, as we speak, something might change during the night, or maybe after the Thursday talks.
After the Thursday
talks. So
they don't want to derail Thursday talks.
They are capable even of derailing that, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
So they won't derail them, but sooner or later, a decision would have to be made. Now, they want Iran's ballistic missile program to be undone.
And Iran has refused to talk on that.
If Iran rolls back its missile program, what is it left with?
Nothing. Same past Libyan story, do you remember?
Libyan story. And what guarantee can they give Iran that it would not be attacked? Even if the US gives a guarantee
that it will,
in the next 24 hours, Israel will attack.
Then where the US guarantee will go?
It will go nowhere. It will in the dustbin.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this you have talked about that possible Indian Prime Minister's visit to Israel, and then as you are saying that there might be a new alliance. But
they are talking about it. They are talking about it openly now. If you read commentaries There have been there was a story on Al Jazeera that Indians have repeatedly said that Pakistan before May, and they used to say, I didn't know that there were Indians, there was a consul general in New York, there were others, they said, make a Gaza out of Pakistan.
Make of?
Gaza out of Pakistan. So when this May conflict took place, they had this false pride, the Indians, and it's very important that Pakistan took them on. It's very important. Like Mateen, if there is a bully, you don't take on a bully. The bully is never going to leave you. Now they are doing terror attacks in Pakistan. Sindoor 2 and Sindoor 3 is actually taking place in KP and Balochistan.
How you see this new fresh of deadly terrorism war that has been imposed on Pakistan, and Pakistan between Saturday and Sunday night then carried out precision strikes against some of the important terrorist centuries in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan is a separate debate, but you're right. Pakistan has been now pushed to the wall. Pakistan, if it doesn't attack bases on the border and in Afghanistan, then Pakistan is going to, now if you are losing middle high level soldiers, and you know what happened afterwards, there was another attack with quadcopters on a fort, and then when the injured were being taken to the hospital,
the ambulance was ambushed.
So this is the revenge which the Kabul regime promised. This is the Kabul Delhi axis. It has no future. It has no substance. They just want to take revenge for their so-called Sindoor, which they were slapped hard. They're buying hundreds of Rafales. Now they're going to Israel to buy
same Rafales which were shot down by Pakistan.
By Pakistan. So they now want so many Rafales that probably Pakistan would be overwhelmed. But they forget that Pakistan was successful in Marka-e-Haq because it had done better preparation than them.
So in future, since Board of Peace initially it is about peace in Palestine and Gaza, but how you see in future, can other issues, some of the lingering issues on the agenda of United Nations like Jammu and Kashmir can come into the agenda of Board of Peace?
Yes, they could. I've heard Khalistan has a...
They are supporting this.
They are supporting, and...
they have pledged $10 billion support to the Board of Peace if the US supports the Khalistan movement.
Yes. At least they're making the case. I think Kashmir's case can be made at the Board of Peace, and then according to the world situation, then things can change. But one should keep on trying.
So in future, you think that Kashmir can make entry into the Board of Peace?
Yes, but India would still resist it. But at least it would be on the agenda of the Board of Peace as it is on the agenda of the UN. The UN has not been able to do anything.
How you see the recent change in Europe? Many of the European countries have supported Palestine. They have recognized Palestine, but they are not taking practical action. So recognition and then practically they stand along with Israel. These are two different things.
There is this notion that this is a multipolar world. It's not a multipolar world. This is a unipolar world. In the unipolar world, the US is the only country that has the power to call the shots elsewhere. Europe, it can make noises, it can't do anything. The Russians and the Chinese, they're helping Iran or they're helping other countries, but they don't have the muscle to make a move on beyond their frontiers. China doesn't want to do so. China doesn't want to engulf itself in global power games. It wants to further develop itself economically. It's already leaving the world behind. So, but it can't. So in this unipolar
but
moment,
in the neighborhood of China, there is already tension on Taiwan. In Taiwan Straits, there is already a tension.
And even then, if they can't take Taiwan, they won't. They will still want to go slowly. They can take Arunachal Pradesh. India is going to just let it go if they want to, but they won't.
They won't.
They don't do kinetic things. They did kinetic things against India in Galwan and other places because the Indians crossed a certain point. When the Indians unilaterally annexed Kashmir, it also put China's Kashmir into trouble. So therefore, they responded.
Do you think that United States was scared of strong opposition and condemnation by Europe?
Actually, Trump was very strong like 3-4 months ago. But since then, on the ICE issue, where a person was killed, two actually, he has gone back. Midterm polls are coming,
And pressure is building up on him.
Pressure is building up on him because prices haven't gone down. He had promised that prices would come down. Then now, but this was recent. Recent, he has had a slap by the Supreme Court on tariffs. So he is not.
That's also a big setback.
It's a big setback. Although he will pound his way through the court, but because he's like that, and now. That's one of the fundamental reasons why they haven't attacked Iran as yet. Because they won't.
What is the reason? So actually they are just building up pressure, or they actually wanted to attack Iran?
Actually, if the situation for Iran is very bad.
Economic situation?
Economic and also the defense situation. But the US doesn't want one of its aircraft carriers sinking, the world seeing it. Because Iran does have the missiles.
And these missiles can hit that aircraft carrier?
It's another matter that once an aircraft carrier is hit, they will be very hard on Iran then. Then it will become a very bad war. So, but they don't want it sinking.
They don't want it sinking.
They don't want it sinking. They don't want their whole Arab allies. Look, on the board of peace, there are there are 8. Pakistan plus 7 or Pakistan plus 8 countries. So if that coalition goes down, then what would the US have? So when people criticize our government of why did it go into board of peace and all, remember that this coalition, Pakistan plus 7 coalition,
exactly 8 countries,
is actually saving the world from a lot of conflict.
Saving the world from future conflicts, including
many conflicts, because at least
behind the scene they are trying to prevent this Iran attack.
Behind the scenes there, and the US doesn't want to lose Saudi Arabia. Although people would tell the US Saudi Arabia is not going to go anywhere, UAE is not going to go anywhere. No, but because oil prices will rise, the Strait of Hormuz will be in trouble. So Iran is not Venezuela, or Iran is not Iraq. Iraq had a lot of noise, but Iranians are very good negotiators. But I wish there is no attack on Iran, and I wish that Iran escapes this, because as a brotherly Muslim country, we don't want Iran to be attacked.
So Pakistan's political and military leadership, especially you talked about Chief of Defense Forces, Asim Munir, recently had a very high-level meeting with Secretary Robi on the sideline of Munich Security Conference. So how you see Pakistan's military diplomacy?
Then he went to Oman and met Witkoff.
Exactly, Witkoff, exactly.
He met Witkoff. So Witkoff
and
is
then,
the
Emirati National Security Advisor in Abu Dhabi.
So I think he's moving. Remember when he first met President Trump? President Trump said later on that the Field Marshal and the Pakistanis know Iran very well. I think that was one of the causes that Iran was not attacked totally. There was some strikes, and then the US came back. I think Pakistan, someday it will come out. I think Pakistan has done a lot of behind the scenes brilliant efforts to create peace in the world. This will come out. Sooner or later it will come out. I've heard that this US, he doesn't sleep much. That
all concern about peace in the region.
Yes, and also going around the world, trying to shape the world. People who saw him in Oman said his eyes were red, and when his staff was asked why, they said he's on the plane. So there are many trips that we don't know about.
Exactly.
And I think his sole
military
motive,
diplomacy.
His sole motive is to protect Pakistan's interests and to protect the Islamic world's interests.
Exactly.
What else?
Lastly, I would like to seek your comment that as Trump says that there will be peace in Gaza, although the peace we don't see every day, Israel is violating the ceasefire. But beyond, so if the forces are deployed over there from Muslim Bird and the gradually reconstruction and these all things starts, what is the next? Next is recognition of Israel by the Muslim Bird.
No.
Is it possible?
Pakistan will never recognize Israel
And other countries?
until a two-state solution. Other countries could. I am know about Pakistan. Pakistan never would. I think
Two-state solution
Saudi Arabia never would. The others I don't know. They have their problems. They have their water issues. They have their energy issues. Israel is important there. I don't know. But even if some others do, we should not condemn. We should remain in the tent. And listen, Mateen, Pakistan has the. I studied most of my medicine in Army Medical College before going to KE. Pakistan's medical corps is one of the best.
One of the best.
It is the best, almost the best in the world. Pakistan must deploy its medical corps and other army units for humanitarian assistance. Pakistan must do that.
It is already part of the UN peacekeeping missions.
It's already passed, and I think that Pakistan, I'm going to say something controversial on your program. Pakistan, I think, couldn't get the script right in two things. If you went there to have a cup of tea in Afghanistan,
Wow.
then you should have recognized the government there. There and then.
There and then.
There and then, you should not have waited that if A does this or B does this or C does this.
It should have been recognized right on that.
Pakistan is the premier country bilaterally with a border with great ties to Afghanistan. Pakistan actually got too cautious. And one of the reasons is, I think the Afghans were expecting you to. I am not saying that the Afghans are not to blame. I think they have done what in Urdu we call lack of namak halali. I don't want to use the wrong word. So they have done wrong things. We took care of their families. We built them up as an alternate for Afghanistan. But at that time, Pakistan missed a chance. You should never give space to other countries to take what is rightfully yours.
Lastly, since you belong to Pakistan's foreign service, how you see Pakistan's foreign policy in the changing world?
I think we have done very well after May.
After May.
And I think Pakistan's army, the leadership of the army, and the young kids of the Air Force, I think
they have done extraordinary job.
They have redeemed Pakistan's honor and dignity on the world stage. And I think this moment, you and I, both of us, waited all our lives to see this moment of glory. However, there is one caution. Pakistan's government should have food prices reduced. We should not only look externally. Pakistan's future also remains with its people internally. So whenever you have an
through massive economic reforms, development, trickle-down effect.
You should ask the Americans. You should ask the Middle Eastern countries.
China.
This is what we want. China is giving you a lot, but you should ask the others. We want economic help to build, and you should ask for money for your dams. The 2 dams that are behind schedule, you should get your act together. The Indians are not going to forgive you. It's not in their nature. They have never been slapped so hard.
So we should all 24/7 ready for any
should be ready.
misadventure from India.
They are not going to attack you now. They've had a
After
huge,
May 2025, they will not.
They're not going to attack you till they feel they have so much superiority that they can get away with it. And it will be a trilateral attack. They will attack you through the sea. They will attack you from various borders. That's what they're planning. But for that plan to accrue, it will take them 6-7 years. But in the meantime, they're going to do 2 bad things. They're going to inflict terror on Pakistan. They're going to inflict water crisis on Pakistan. So get your dams together. Nations think for the future.
Water aggression, you have already talked.
Pakistan needs to think about its future, and if it has this glorious moment in foreign policy, get money. There is no harm in asking for money.
Financial stability first and foremost
Yes,
important.
you should know what you have to ask for. If you don't know what you have to ask for, you will be reduced. You know, when I was in Washington when President Musharraf came to Camp David, and he was a fabulous man. May his soul rest in peace. But he didn't know what to ask because Pakistan was not clear.
Pakistan was so close at that time. Right
It
now,
could have asked for the moon and gotten the moon.
Beautiful.
You could have asked for anything. Now again you have a moment. You can ask for anything.
And they will give you?
They will give you, but you should first get your minds together and think, what do you want the world to do for you? And then ask.
Thank you so much indeed, Ambassador Imran Ali Chaudhry Sahab, Pakistan's former ambassador, for extremely insightful discussion on role of Saudi Arabia, Pakistan in furthering the peace process under Board of Peace, and many other topics that in today's conversation we also covered: possible Indian aggression, what should be Pakistan's strategy, rising terrorism from Afghanistan, and the future, the roadmap for peace in Middle East. Dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.